My name is Courtney. We're part of an organization called Sin Barras, which means without prison bars in Spanish. So we just want to talk really quick so you folks knew why this happened, what kind of work we're doing for this rally, but also beyond, because this is only the first step. So this is a grassroots organization that was recently started in Santa Cruz. This protest was sparked by the fact that at least 4 people have died inside the Santa Cruz County Jail just since August. So that's part of the reason why we're here today.
So these 4 people who have died are Brant Monette, Brandon Gordon Dreyer, Christy Ann Sanders, whose family is actually filing a lawsuit against Santa Cruz County for the medical neglect and abuse. She died troubled breathing in a cell with 7 other women. And Rick Pritchard, who died of a cardiac arrest while being in process. So, back in June, the Santa Cruz Board of Supervisors voted to outsource the medical facility to a private group called California Forensics Medical Group. They decided to do this to save money. That's the reason why. And this group is based out of Monterey, and they have a history, a huge, long, unexhaustive grocery list history of lawsuits, medical neglect, and abuse, where you have people who work there, actually beating inmates, not providing any medical health care at all. So we're here to address the lack thereof of health care inside prisons, but also to address a much larger issue that has to do with realignment, that has to do with building community outside of prisons, and also giving real health care and real treatment inside Santa Cruz County Jail, as our jail is seen as a model county that a lot of other sheriff departments are looking after. Courtney's going to talk about kind of the greater picture.
Yeah, so we're here obviously to say that we don't want any more people dying in that building right down the street on our watch. But we're also here for a bigger issue, which is rather than fighting to make one jail humane, I don't know what that would look like, but make one jail humane. If we were to ask ourselves if any jail could ever be humane, if it could ever be humane to put a human being into a cage, when we know that our social and economic problems are much more complex than that. Okay, so that's why Sin Barras calls themselves a prison abolitionist organization. We will fight for what Angela Davis calls non-reformist reforms. We will fight for care so that no more inmates die. But we know that historically these demands for reform actually are co-opted to expand the entire prison system and build more jails. And we're here to say no to that. We won't let that happen. So abolition is a stretch for our imagination, and this isn't a surprise. We live in a society that teaches us that there's no other solution other than surveillance by men in uniform and putting people in cages. And we know that when community comes together like this, that we have a lot of better ideas than that. Thank you.